The talk today, this morning, is a reflection on a talk given by Swami Vivekananda in New York in 1896. This is found in, I think, the third volume of the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. It's called One Existence Appearing as Many. That was the title of the talk. It was a series of talks, and this was the final one. I am going to just sort of reflect on this and share some thoughts. Let's just think together and reflect on it. And afterwards, there'll be a short Q&A session also after the talk. Just a couple of days ago, Dana, who is here, he asked a question that isn't it true that all of this, what you're talking about, it all depends crucially on dispassion, on overcoming desire, on letting go desire, purifying the mind. Absolutely, deeply, totally. Isn't it true? And I said, of course it does. Now, interestingly, this talk, Swami Vivekananda, One Existence Appearing as Many, he begins with this question raised by Dana. The first thing he says is, Vairagya is the turning point in all the yogas. Dispassion, overcoming desire, purifying the mind, letting go of worldliness. That is the turning point in all the yogas. What pushes us from worldliness to spirituality? Even in religion, from a kind of mass conventional religion to the higher religion, from religion to spirituality, the turning point, the crucial condition is Vairagya. It's a Sanskrit word, Vairagya. It has a connotation of, our mind has been dipped in worldliness. All the time, I want, likes and dislikes, temptation and terror. This is how we are conditioned. We must rise above this to be spiritual. Without that, no spirituality is possible. Even some kind of conventional mass religion is possible, but Vivekananda calls that a shopkeeping religion. I take my shopping list, usually I take it to Amazon, but now I take it to God. I make this distinction between conventional religion and higher religion, between religion and spirituality on this point. Is God for my life, or is my life for God? Is God for my life, or is my life for God? What is God for my life? There are many things which are conveniences to me in life. A washing machine is a convenience. A car is a convenience. Wi-Fi is a convenience. I saw once this gentleman who was clearly homeless, sitting outside a supermarket in New York. And on the street, but sitting near a convenience store. And somebody told me, why he sits there? Because he gets Wi-Fi from the store. So all of these are conveniences to us in life, and God is one more convenience, makes our life easier. Now that's God for my life. Nothing wrong in it. We must not denigrate it. Mass religion is like that. At least there is faith in God. At least there is faith in something transcendent. The hope is that they will overcome, people will move on from asking for things, from the Christmas list, giving it to God, treating God as Santa Claus. Move on from there. And there's nothing wrong in that, but one must move on from there. Sometimes people say, I used to believe in God, then this terrible thing happened to me, and now I don't believe in God anymore. Or I used to believe in God, and I really, really prayed for something to happen. I wanted something, and God didn't give it to me. So I don't believe in God. It's all just fairy tales. What happened? I had hired God to do a job, improve my life, and you couldn't do it. You're fired. You're just fired. That's the loss of belief in God, because God is not serving my purpose anymore. But God for my life, we go from there to my life for God. From God for my life to my life for God. I become a God seeker. My goal is God realization, enlightenment, salvation, moksha, nirvana. There are many, many words. This is a quest as ancient as humanity itself. This is the highest quest, the greatest adventure that we can go on. Not all of us can climb Mount Everest. Not all of us can go to the moon. But all of us can and should and must go to God, must realize God. But the crucial turning point is Vairagya, a certain maturity, when we begin to see through the glitzy promises of this world, that No, not only is this Hollywood, the whole world is Hollywood. We begin to see through that. It requires maturity, but the sooner that we do it, the better. Vairagya. And Vivekananda, in his incisive way, he examines each of the yogas to answer Dana's question. Each of the yogas. Our work, he says, karma becomes karma yoga. Work becomes spirituality when one gives up the results of work. Gives up the results of work means we are doing things to get something in the world. It's quite obvious. I work because I get money, I get prestige, I get awards, I get appreciation. That's why I work. Now, if I don't work for that, I work maybe as a service to God, not for me, for the welfare of the world, as a service to humanity, as a service to all living beings. The Bodhisattva vow that I shall keep on working and serving and inspiring until all sentient beings are liberated. So that's for others, not at all for this little self, not at all for I, me, mine. That is Vairagya in the sphere of karma yoga. Then karma, action becomes spirituality. Karma becomes karma yoga. You're still doing the same action. That's the beauty of karma yoga. You're still going to office, looking after your family, whatever work that you do. But now that becomes spiritual practice. But the crucial turning point is Vairagya, dispassion. Not using it for shopkeeping. I'll do this, I'll get that in. Vivekananda says, in his poem, he says, give, give, and do not look back. Whosoever looks back, his ocean dwindles to a drop. So that is the attitude of the karma yogi. I shall give. I shall not want. I shall not ask. Before passing, Sri Ramakrishna's last instructions to the Holy Mother, how to live when I'm gone from this physical world. He said, never put your hand out like this to anybody. Always like this. I give. I do not ask for anything. That is Vairagya. Then Swamiji says, the Bhakti Yoga, in Bhakti Yoga, one gives up all little loves for one great, Swamiji's language, one great almighty omnipresent love. Giving up all little desires. See, the nature of desire is that it is of the nature of I want, in the world, whatever. It could be gadgets, relationships, money, achievements, recognition, Facebook likes, parking. So I want, grasping out into the world. And it's in another feature of desire is it's 100-fold, it's 1,000-fold. It's spread out in the world, a network of desires, each one of us. Now the nature of bhakti is that all of those desires are now collected into one almighty desire. Now it's called love. And this is directed towards God. Not towards the human, not towards the material, but towards God. Then desire becomes devotion. But the crucial turning point is Vairagya, dispassion. One must rise above, I want. You see, Swami Vivekananda, he later, I will discuss it a little more, that maturity comes when we realize that we are not becoming happy by this I want. Vivekananda says in one place that do not want anything, do not desire anything. Why not? Because you'll get it. What's so alarming about that? What's so alarming is this, that when we want something in this world and we get it, the result is always, invariably, dissatisfaction. It's never enough. If we want things in this world, there are only two possibilities. Either we won't get what we want, then frustration, or we will get what we want, then dissatisfaction. These are the only two default values in this world, dissatisfaction or frustration. We don't see it because the world is Hollywood, doesn't allow us to see it. It's dressed up in glamorous clothes. And so we get sucked into it and we spend our lives in vain here until a maturity comes. Vairagya, dispassion. Then Vivekananda says the meditator, the yogi has Vairagya. In what sense? To become a yogi, a meditator, one must have Vairagya, dispassion for all experience, subject-object experience. I want to see, I want to hear, I want to smell, I want to taste, I want to touch. What does the yogi do? Stop. Sit. Close your eyes. Shut off your senses. Look inwards. Stop talking. Stop mental talking. Stop thinking. So all subject-object experience. That is the essence of Patanjali Yoga. The essence of yoga is chitta vritti nirodha, the cessation of the modifications of the mind. But